today's live IELTS class for Task 2 Writing. My name is Adrian and I am streaming to you from Central Europe. I hope everybody has had a great start to this week. Hi Adnan, hi Tina, hi Nabin. Good to see so many students joining in. Hi Gulzoda, see you're in here. It's good to see members in the class as well. Again, our materials, students, they come from our IELTS web portals for the academic version of the test. Check us out at aehelp.com. And for the general version of the exam, check us out at gieltshelp.com. On both of our websites, you can use the code LIVE20, L-I-V-E 20, for a 20% discount. The academic looks like this with the blue background at aehelp.com. Click that red button, and then you'll get our checkout form. You can click on that blue button and use that code LIVE20. For general IELTS, it's this background here with the green. Same thing, click that red button, use the code LIVE20 for a 20% discount. 6 full practice exams, over 100 hours of video lessons, fully interactive course for a very, very, very fair price. All right, students, if you have questions, comments, concerns, don't be shy. Send us an email. You can contact me by sending an email to Adrian, A-D-R-I-A-N, that's my name, at aehelp.com. Hi, Amrit. Hi, Maharminder. Good to see more of our members in the class. A very important schedule change this week. We just have some interesting kind of holidays coming up and so on. So just wanting to let you know that we have class today. Okay, it's task 2. We will be looking at the body and conclusion in just a minute. And then tomorrow we have class. We have members chat class, speaking part 1 from 13:30 to 14:30 Central European time. That's CET. It's actually Central European Summer Time right now. And then that will be followed by reading strategy. So that's tomorrow. And usually we have classes on Friday and Saturday as well, but not this week. This week, the Friday, Saturday class will be on Monday and Tuesday. So we do have class on the 20th and 21st. So just pay attention to that schedule change for this week. Next week, lots and lots of classes. So again, we have class today, class tomorrow, and lots more for you next week. Hi, everyone. I see lots of people are sending me hellos. Much love and a lot of hellos back at you as well. Okay. All right. I know that a lot of students watched this live class last week. We were talking about IELTS Writing Task 2. IELTS Writing Task 2, of course, it takes 40 minutes and it's 250 words minimum, okay? The question that we looked at last week is right here, so we're just going to review this very quickly, all right? This is also in the stream description, so if you get lost, it's in the stream description, so you can look there. So the original question, you should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Many people no longer feel that it is important to officially get married, while others still consider marriage to be an essential part of life. Which side do you agree with and why? Okay, so first we paraphrase that. Said in another way, several individuals believe that marriage is not necessary. However, others feel that tying the knot is the key to life. What do you believe and why? And then you have to give explanations and examples from your own experience to support your argument. Okay, so last week we did the planning for this question. So we talked about what is marriage, we talked about why people get married, and this was a very important part of planning, asking the why question. So for that why question, a lot of students came up with a lot of very smart answers, and I think many of those students are in the class today. So many of you said, well, there are legal reasons to get married. So another reason is to start a family, to be able to adopt a child. Sometimes it's important for moving to another country, so for citizenship. It's important for the person to feel that they're in safety and they have support from their husband or their wife. It's important for money purposes like taxes and income. Or as one of clever students said, if you want to buy a house, it's easier to buy a house if you can show that you're married and you have double income or the support of marriage. Okay, and we talked about that. So we said, how does this work? Governments have special taxation and legal rules for married couples to support them, right? Also, if one spouse, either the husband or the wife, commits adultery, meaning that they have a relationship with another person, then they can be jailed or fined. If there's divorce or death, then the wealth is distributed or inherited. So those were some really good ideas, some really good brainstorming. And then we came up with our thesis statement, so our argument, okay? Now I'm saying all of this because I know that there are a lot of new students in today as well, and it's really important to refresh for students the planning and the introduction so that we can write more. Yes, so Golzoda is asking, should we choose one side in this question? Absolutely, Golzoda. You have to be very careful with the question. Remember, the question asked, which side do you agree with and why? So you should choose one side, agree with it, and then give some good points to support that side. Okay? So some of you did a good job of sending me some essays to finish this. So now today you will have a chance to look at it in more detail. So we came up with our thesis statement. Here's the thesis. Although some people believe it is unnecessary to tie the knot means to get married. Okay? I do believe that the sanctimony of official marriage is very important because of legal and social advantages. Now notice how I'm using I. So this is a first person essay. I, me, my, what I believe. And then I have 2 points. What are my 2 points? If you look at this thesis carefully, what is my body paragraph 1? So what will my body paragraph 1 be about when I look at this thesis statement? Hi, Valdine. Hi, how are? Thank you for the hellos. So what is my first body paragraph going to describe and include? So Tina says the legal. Amrit says legal purposes specifically. Yes, Amrit. Lan agrees. Yeah, absolutely. So this is my point number 1. Now, remember, students, here, the second part is advantages, right? So legal advantages, social advantages. So my body 1 is legal advantages of marriage. Okay, so that's the full correct answer, is legal advantages of marriage. That is my body paragraph 1. My body paragraph 2, Harminder, will be social advantages. In English, you don't have to write because of legal advantages and social advantages, since legal can modify advantages just once. So legal advantages and social advantages. You can simplify and write it as is very important because of legal and social advantages. Okay, I hope that makes sense for all of our viewers. If it doesn't, ask me. Okay, so if something's unclear, please ask. I will try to catch your comment. So then, of course, the second body paragraph is social advantages, right? Okay. So now, just a little bit more review, and then we're going to move on to writing. So this is the introductory paragraph for this essay. Now, of course, this is a Band 9, so we're working on a Band 9 essay here. Okay, so keep that in mind. This is a Band 9 response. All right. For a Band 9 students, your introduction should really be more than just a paraphrase of the question. Okay. You need to have clear structure. This introduction is structured the same way as what students learn in high school for essay writing or in college or in university. So the first part is the hook. It's an interesting statement that catches the reader's attention, includes the topic of the question. Topic of the question is marriage. Okay, so the hook reads, "The practice of marriage has been around for thousands of years in many corners of the world." It's a fact. People get married in India, get married in Europe, get married in North America, and this has been this way for thousands of years. Okay, it's an interesting fact about marriage. It makes the reader clear on what we're talking about, makes them interested, makes you, the writer, focused, and gives you ideas and motivates you to write clearly. Okay? All right, then that's followed by the background definition. All right? Ashidi Roland is saying, "Please, sir, before I start my introduction, must I write the word introduction and underline it?" No, absolutely not. So Ashidi Roland, don't write words like introduction or hook. Just start, okay? Your introduction's clear. Sometimes students ask me, Ashidi Roland, should I write a title for my essay? It's not a bad idea, okay? I don't teach that, and many teachers do not teach that. But if you have an extra few seconds, you can write a title for your essay, sure. You should always write the title at the very end, believe it or not. So the title of an essay or a book is usually created at the very end, not in the beginning. So after you finish the essay. And that's okay. It should only take you a couple seconds, so you should have time. Like in this case, I will just write it now. Why not? It could be something like, okay, so it could be something like that. The importance of marriage for the modern couple. All right, if you're clever, if you're quick, sure, why not? Include a title, all right? Especially if you want to go for a Band 9. Yeah, why not? Okay, anyhow. So let's keep going here. So again, the hook. The practice of marriage has been around for thousands of years in many corners of the world. Background. First, you give the definition. When two people wed, they join their lives together, both emotionally and financially in the eyes of religion, law, and each other. Then we state the importance. These students are just for your notes. Please don't write them, as I just mentioned, in the actual IELTS. So the importance of the question. Nevertheless, perspectives about the importance of marriage has come under question by millions of couples worldwide. And then just continue with the thesis. Although some people believe it is unnecessary to tie the knot, I do believe that the sanctimony of official marriage is very important because of legal and social advantages. Fantastic. So now you have a very clear introduction. It's powerful. It grabs your reader. Pay attention to good grammar, vocabulary. And then you're ready to write the body paragraph. So again, body paragraph 1, legal advantages of marriage. So that begins with the topic sentence. Okay? The topic sentence is a deeper definition of point 1. So go ahead, students, write some topic sentences. So the topic sentence here is the legal advantages of marriage. So please write a nice sentence which tells your reader that marriage has legal advantages for governments and for couples in your own words. Okay, then I will write my topic sentence as well. I want to see you write it first. Goku Black, you're very welcome. I appreciate you sharing. Goku Black says, thank you. Happy face emoji. Because of your channel, I scored 8 bands. Goku Black, 8 bands means that you are a very good user of the English language. In fact, even some native speakers don't achieve that level. So hats off and congratulations. I wish you the best in your next steps in life. That's fantastic. Be proud of that score. Goku Black, that's a very good score to put on your CV or resume. That shows a very high level of English and thinking for employers. So make sure you add it to your certificates section in your resume or CV. Okay, students, I am waiting for your topic sentence. So focus on that topic sentence, okay? Legal advantages. Okay. All right, so this is my topic sentence. I'm sure some of you are coming up with yours, but here's mine. Most governments offer a variety of legal incentives and protection for those who are officially wed. Legal incentives are kind of benefits or bonuses, and protection. So, of course, that's safeguards to keep married individuals protected from potential harm. Okay, so I'm still waiting for your topic sentences. All right. Pachu says, there are several advantages in the legal realm for being married. Pachu, careful. I think you tried to maybe rewrite your topic sentence a couple times, so you ended up in an awkward situation. Students, when you rewrite or make corrections or change your ideas, be careful to reread your sentence to make sure that you're not making some awkward mistakes. Okay, so when you correct or change your ideas in your IELTS writing, please read your sentence again to make sure that you didn't make a big grammar mistake that makes it awkward. Okay. Amrit says, in every nation, Amrit, when you use the word every, just use the single form of the noun. So every one. Okay. In every nation, there are certain rules about marriages which demonstrate that law has respect for marriage. Amrit, that's good. Okay. So other than the singular plural mistake, you don't need the word proper before respect. That reads really nice. Okay, that works. Tina says, authorities support their citizens, especially those who tie the knot. Tina, that's good. You don't need the word formally, and you're using a good paraphrase with authorities. So authorities not must support, but do support, Tina. So be affirmative. Authorities support their citizens, especially those who are wed. Baxtiora says the legal pros of marriage means that couples are protected by the government. Yes, Baxtiora, that works as well. Okay. Azmat, nice. You're highlighting the controlling idea of the question. So I like that, Azmat. You're doing a good job there. So owing to the legal advantages of marriage, it has an utmost importance for individuals. Yeah, absolutely, Azmat. Just pay attention to my corrections. Okay, Preeti says, governments provide legal security and benefits for those who have registered their marriage. Preeti, that is a fantastic topic sentence. Again, students, pay attention to Preeti's sentence. It is very good. Governments provide legal security and benefits for those who registered their marriage. It's great, Preeti. Really nice. Okay. All right, so hopefully everybody gets the idea. That's your topic sentence, and then comes the explanation. So great, you've told us this information. Now you need to give me an explanation. So what do you mean by incentives, or as Preeti said, benefits? What do you mean by security, as Preeti said? I said it as protection. So what do you mean by that? So you need to explain that idea. Okay. Explanations, students, should have, or you should use, quantitative as well as qualitative information. Okay. So what I mean by that is, for instance, if you use the explanation for incentives like buying a house, married couples are given much better opportunities when purchasing their home. So married couples are given much better loan opportunities when purchasing their first home. Okay. So here, is this a quantitative sentence or is this a qualitative sentence? So what kind of a sentence do I have here? Students, what is it? Is this qualitative or quantitative? Married couples are given much better loan opportunities when purchasing their first home. Okay, so Amrit says that's a qualitative sentence. Yeah, very good. Absolutely. Yeah, it's a qualitative sentence, right? It's not both. Well, Bibu says both. It's kind of tricky, Bibu. Yeah, because of the word first, right? First could be quantitative. But mostly, yeah, the sentence is qualitative. So better loan opportunities. This is qualitative information. What can I do to make this quantitative? So if I want to express this quantitatively, what can I say? What can I do? Can you give me some examples? Don't be shy. Just throw out any example that comes to mind for a quantitative. So Lanthiu, add a number. Yeah, so give me a number, Lanthiu. Give me an example. Just throw it out there. You can't go wrong here. Just make sure it's believable. Okay. Yeah, so just give me a number. Throw it out there. Just come up, make up your example. Because I want to show you something interesting on how you can create a complex sentence that will get you a higher band score. So it's going to be a little interesting tip or skill or trick, if you will. It's actually a skill. Yeah, so couples get 20% reduced mortgage rates, something like that. Sure, Amrit. So Preeti says a 20% tax break on buying the home. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. So we can go like this. No, I'm going to show you an interesting little skill here. You can put a comma in there, and you can go like this. Okay, so like a 0% down payment. All right. Married couples are given much better loan opportunities when purchasing their first home, like a 0% down payment. Now, this is quantitative. Okay. So, better loan opportunity, qualitative. 0% down payment, quantitative. Down payment, Tina, is the amount of money that you have to put down, true money, from your pocket before you can get your loan. Usually when you buy a house, it depends on the situation, but that can be 5%, 10%, 20%. Okay. In North America, if you're a married couple, it can be as low as 0%. So you can actually get a loan if you have an okay job with 0% down. Or Preeti just now said 0% interest rate for the first 15 years. Okay, possible as well. Now, notice a beautiful little skill here that I'm teaching you. You can use a comma like that. So when you have quantitative information, which is then described by it works that way or vice versa. But you have qualitative information that's described by quantitative information. You can do that with a comma because the comma can mean that this is a definition of the previous. Is that clear? Is it clear for everyone what I'm showing you here? So if this is a definition for this part of the sentence, you can join that by using a comma. And of course, when you have qualitative information that's defined by quantitative information, you can join it with a comma. That makes a really nice, complex sentence that will get you a higher band score. It's good communication. It's good English. Is that clear for everyone? Does that make sense, that technique of think about the best way usually is think about the qualitative and then think about the quantitative. Okay? All right, Gulzoda says, yeah, that's clear. Sharef Hatu also understands that. That's great. So make sure you use that, okay, in your writing, okay? So married couples are given much better loan opportunities when purchasing their first home, like a 0% down payment. Now, I also said protection here, right? So whenever you have information in your topic sentence, like incentives and protection, you have to make sure that you don't just forget about this one. So always pay really careful attention. If you're not writing so quickly, if your thinking is maybe a little bit slower in English, then maybe just leave one out. So just stay with incentives. If you have faster thinking in English, write two, just make sure to include the second one. So here we wrote an explanation for legal incentives. Now let's write another sentence for protection. Okay, so write a sentence that explains marriage protects people in government law. Write the sentence so it has qualitative information and quantitative information. Okay? So please write a sentence that explains protection by law for those who are married, which includes both qualitative and quantitative information. So here's your chance to apply what I just showed you. Okay? So use what you learn as quickly as possible. Okay, so I just kind of started the sentence here. Do it your own way. So I wrote, furthermore, a spouse can feel safer knowing that they are. And I'm just going to stop there. I want to give you a chance to express this sentence. Mariko, good to see you in class. Mariko says, when married people get sick, they can go to hospital at the same rate as local people. Mariko, I'm not sure what you mean by married people as this at the same rate as local people. You're going to have to explain that more clearly. Definitely quantitative information could help you there. Okay. All right. Pramila Pudel says, in Nepal, partners are provided with health insurance from each of their organizations where they work. Okay, that's interesting. Only if they're married, Pramila? That's an interesting fact. All right. So Lan Thiu says, when the husband or wife breaks their pre-marriage contracts, the other usually gains more interest in wealth, more than half of the assets. Good, Lan Thiu. So you started qualitatively, right? So when the husband or wife breaks their marriage contract, they gain more interest in wealth, like more than half of the assets. Very good, Lan Thiu. So that works. That's qualitative backed up by quantitative. Very good. Player Unknown says, married people can sue against their partner when they are betrayed. It can be financially beneficial for the innocent one, gaining thousands, sometimes millions of dollars. So Player Unknown, you have a very good start. That's where you can continue with a comma, sometimes millions of dollars. And that's your quantitative information, Player Unknown. So that's a good one as well. Okay, so practice that qualitative defined by quantitative information. All right, Yvonne says, the law protects the spouse in case they decide to get a divorce by means of dividing their money in half, such as $250,000 goes to the wife and $250,000, the other $250,000 goes for the husband, right, Yvonne? So again, Yvonne, throw that quantitative information in there as best as possible. Okay, make it shine, make it a band 8 instead of a band 7.5. Great. So that they are not left out to Okay, so just a quick finish here on my part. So furthermore, a spouse can feel safer knowing that they are not left in financial despair in case their partner leaves, but the assets are divided equally. $500,000 goes to one partner, while the other half is given to the other. Okay? So that is, now this has to be given because it's passive, because it's the government or the legal system that gives, given to the other. So again, that is the specific explanation with qualitative and quantitative information for the part about protection. All right, good. So I think many of you are clearly picking up what I'm putting down. Does everybody understand this so far? If not, let me know. Okay. Now, what comes next is the example. Okay, so now we're going to include the example. The example should be a real world situation from your experience. Why? Because the question asks, give examples and explanations from your own experience, right? So if we go back to the question, it says, give explanations and examples from your own experience to support your argument. So this essay is first person. That's why we said I believe in the thesis. So we said I do believe that the sanctimony of official marriage is very important. So my example will also be first person. And now my example has to back up my explanation. Okay? All right? So, real world example here. Okay, I'll do it for this one. So again, remember my explanations. Married couples are given much better loan opportunities when purchasing their first home, like a 0% down payment. Furthermore, a spouse can feel safer knowing that they are not left in financial despair in case their partner leaves, but the assets are divided equally. $500,000 goes to one partner, while the other half is given to the other. Now here, when my friend George George and his wife bought their first home, they only needed to put down $10,000 because they were married. However, when they divorced and sold the house, each of them got $100,000 equally. Okay, so I'm giving you this example here. Don't worry, you will have a chance to come up with some examples for the next paragraph. Okay. Here, what I wanted to show you is the example relating to the explanation. Okay, so notice how here, cleverly, my example touches on both of my explanations. So I use the house. When they buy the house, they get a great discount because they're married. When they sell the house, they have to share the money from the house equally between the two of them after divorce. Okay? So again, for those students who are coming in a little bit new, the question and the planning from last class, it's all in the stream description, okay? Be careful, students, not to jump around with your ideas. Try to focus your ideas. The more detailed and the better developed your ideas, the higher your band score will be, okay? Amrit Paul has a good question. Amrit says, how many ideas or points should be in one paragraph? Amrit, that's really up to you. Remember that it's minimum 250 words. That means minimum, at least 250 words. Band 9 essays are usually closer to 320, 340 words. They're more developed. Okay? So what you need to do is you need to develop your ideas. Stick with a couple ideas and go into detail. Amrit, how many ideas or points you include depends on how quickly you write and how well you can use the English language. If you're very confident, you can include a few ideas for each paragraph for your explanations. If you're a little bit slower and you're still progressing in English, maybe just include one idea and explain it clearly. Okay? All right. So now I just have a connecting sentence. And again, when you have two reasons to support your idea, the connecting sentence can be quite simple. Okay? Absolutely, Amrit, Paul. It could depend on the essay also how many ideas you include. Yeah, sure. Macpreet, if you have a question, go ahead, just ask, okay? So the connecting sentence is quite simple when you have a couple of reasons. You can just say this is one of two reasons why getting married is very important for society and people. Okay, so there you go. This is one of two reasons. Now, let's keep going. Body paragraph 2 is the social advantages of marriage. Okay. When you connect your sentence by using this type of phrase, this is one of two reasons why getting married is important for society and people. You can say another crucial benefit. So this is our topic sentence here. Okay, I'm giving you another synonym here for marriage. So another clear benefit of being in matrimony. Matrimony means being married. Okay. So another clear benefit of being in matrimony is observed in the community. Okay. Now I have to explain that. So I just said another advantage is observed in the community. All right, so now we have to explain that. So what do we mean? What do we mean that it's socially beneficial to be married? What does that mean? And students, Prank versus Pranks and Mac Preet, please use English in the chat as there are people here from a lot of nationalities. Okay, so please use English. Okay, students, please respect other students who are in the chat. Okay, otherwise I will have to remove you. Okay, and I have to remove all those comments. All right. Okay, so now you have to explain what you mean by that. Okay, so what do you mean? What do you mean by another clear benefit of being in matrimony is observed in the community? What does that mean? Gulzoda, we did write a concluding sentence in body paragraph 1. The connecting sentence is the concluding sentence. That's very confusing, Golzota, for many students, but connecting and concluding sentences should be the same. You shouldn't write more than one. For university essays that are very long, a connecting, concluding sentence can be separate, but in the IELTS exam, you're connecting, concluding sentence. It's the same idea. So this is one of two reasons why getting married is very important for society and people. That's a connecting and a concluding sentence, Golzota. If you look at it carefully, you see that it connects and it concludes. Okay. So Pramila Pudel says the next compelling benefits of marriage is that both the bride and the groom will gain greater social acquaintances as it binds two families in a knot. Sure, that's very good, Pramila. That's a really nice explanation. Okay, so absolutely, yeah. Let's take that. So both the groom and the bride gain clear financial and emotional support by binding their families together through official wedlock. Okay, there is another way for you to express marriage. You are in wedlock. And notice the word wed, wedding, and lock, right? So locking something together. Wedlock. Very good. Excellent. Good thinking. So, another clear benefit of being in matrimony is observed in the community. Both the groom and the bride gain clear financial and emotional support by binding their families together through official wedlock. Absolutely. Good job. Buxtira says another essential reason for getting married formally is due to social superiorities. That is to say, being in matrimony is having a person's place in the community. Buxtira, don't use the word your in the essay. That makes it second person author voice. It's not good, okay? So don't do that, all right? Okay, sure, fantastic. Give me an explanation. So, sorry, give me an example. Okay. So give me an example where the groom and the bride gain financial and emotional support by binding their families together through official wedlock. Give me any example that you can think of from your own experience or your own life, okay? I'm going to write an example here myself. You do the same. Okay, now you'll see that I used quite a clever strategy or a trick here where basically I'm using the example from my previous paragraph. The more you can connect your ideas, the more you can connect your essay, the better it will read, the stronger it will be. So to get those high band scores in the IELTS writing, there's basically two fundamental ways that you can achieve that. One, improve your English. That means improve your grammar, improve your vocabulary. I'm helping you with that by giving you lexical resource like wedlock, matrimony, groom, and so on to help express the idea of wedding. The other way to improve your band score is by improving the quality of the information in your essay. Okay? The way to do that is, again, what I showed you, back up qualitative information with quantitative information, and then also by connecting your examples. Okay? Alwyn, Joseph, yeah, you sure can connect your examples if they're good. Okay, so notice what I did here. So even though my friend George eventually divorced his wife Sarah, they both received a lot of great advice from, and I have both here, so I don't want to use both there, from each of their families during this difficult time. Perhaps it is for this reason that they are still friends today. Okay, so again, connecting those examples with the same example. Okay, Golzoda, just reread your essay if you have problems connecting ideas. Reread your essay and think about, how can I make this more connected? What other example could I use that works for both of my explanations? Okay, all right. Farouk Ahmed says, as most people, for example, follow religion from the same religious perspective, married couples have significant social values. That's quite complex, Farouk. If you bring religion into the picture, it's possible, but you're complicating it further. Careful with the IELTS, your goal is to get a high band score, so you might not want to overcomplicate. Okay? Tina says, when my friend Sarah got married in the last couple of years, both her parents and his husband's parents gave them money to buy their first home. Yeah, that's another really good example, Tina. And I could have used that for mine as well. So I could have said that George and Sarah bought their first house with the help of both families, right? So lending the money, okay? That's great, sure. All right, so now for the second body paragraph, I don't really need a connecting sentence or concluding sentence because my last paragraph is coming, which is the conclusion, okay? Now, the conclusion should be fairly quick and smooth. If you have a good essay, if you have good points, then your conclusion should not take a lot of time. Okay, your conclusion should flow quite smoothly. So first, you need to restate your points. Okay, so what are the points that we talked about? We talked about legal and social advantages, right? So we can say, in conclusion, and now try to paraphrase, students. So try not to repeat the same words as your introduction, okay? Just show your lexical resource. So in conclusion, having an official marriage contract assists people not only in the eyes of the law, but also among friends, family, and community. Okay? So that is my points restated. Keeping it really simple, that's my points restated. Okay? Then I strengthen the argument. Okay? So the conclusion has three parts. I strengthen my argument. My argument is that this is the side I choose for these reasons. Okay? So therefore, I strongly believe in the practice of matrimony. Okay? So now I say, therefore, I strongly believe in the practice of matrimony. Matrimony, again, is another way to say marriage. And then here, take-home message. So what you want people to think about, okay? So it's your message. It's what you've included in your essay, what should be clear from your essay, and it makes it valuable for your reader. So your reader says, okay, wow, that was a valuable piece of information. That was good for me to read. After all, when two people truly love each other, they should not be ignorant or shy to make it known to the world and gain benefits. Right? So that's my message. After all, when two people truly love each other, they should not be ignorant or shy to make it known to the world and gain benefits. That's the take-home message. That's the powerful take-home message. Okay? Thank you for that typo heads up, Amina Saeed. All right, so that's my full essay. It's completed. Now at home, when I'm practicing getting ready for the IELTS exam, I should always reread my essay, reread the question so that I know it makes sense. Okay? The original question reads, read with me. Okay, read with me. Many people no longer feel that it is important to officially get married, while others still consider marriage to be an essential part of life. Which side do you agree with, and why? Give reasons for your, or give explanations, examples from your own experiences to support your argument. Okay? Now, our essay reads, the practice of marriage has been around for thousands of years in many corners of the world. When two people wed, they join their lives together both emotionally and financially in the eyes of religion, law, and each other. Nevertheless, perspectives about the importance of marriage has come under question by millions of couples worldwide. Although some people believe it is unnecessary to tie the knot, I do believe the sanctimony of official marriage is very important because of legal and social advantages. Most governments offer a variety of legal incentives and protection for those who are officially wed. Married couples are given much better loan opportunities when purchasing their first home, like a 0% down payment. Furthermore, a spouse can feel safer knowing that they are not left in financial despair in case their partner leaves. But the assets are divided equally. $500,000 goes to one partner, while the other half is given to the other. When my friend George and his wife bought their first home, they not only put down $10,000 because they only needed to put down $10,000 because they were married. However, when they divorced and sold the house, each of them got $100,000 equally. This is one of two reasons why getting married is very important for society and people. Another clear benefit of being in matrimony is observed in the community. Both the groom and the bride gain clear financial and emotional support by binding their families together through official wedlock. Even though my friend George eventually divorced his wife Sarah, they both received a lot of great advice from each of their families during this difficult time. Perhaps it is for this reason that they are still friends today. Conclusion. In conclusion, having an official marriage contract assists people not only in the eyes of the law, but also among friends, family, and community. Therefore, I strongly believe in the practice of matrimony. After all, when two people truly love each other, they should not be ignorant or shy to make it known to the world and gain benefits. All right, students, so that reads well. That is a Band 9 essay. And that's what you need to do in order to get that high band score. Again, students, all of this information and these strategies, they come from our websites, okay? Next class, tomorrow, we will be looking at speaking part 1 and reading. So yes, there will be reading coming up. There were some great answers by many students. Again, students, remember to get lots and lots of help with the exam. Don't be shy. We have a code for you, LIVE20, LIVE20, for a 20% discount on our websites. AEhelp.com for academic IELTS and GIELTShelp.com for general IELTS. Those websites, again, they look like this. This is with the green background, the general. This is with the blue background, the academic. Click that big red button, apply the code LIVE20 to get a 20% discount from the full course. 6 original practice tests, over 100 hours of video lessons, fully interactive course. Well worth spending a couple dollars to save yourself a lot of time, headache, and money. All right, students, that's it for me for today. Thank you for your participation. I wish you a great rest of the day. See you tomorrow. Much love to all of you. Get a great rest if it's late in your country. And make sure to practice these skills before you sit the IELTS exam. Bye for now, everyone.